Hi there, I'm Kyle Woody, leader of Jack's Caregiver Coalition. And on behalf of our entire team, we are excited to welcome you as a member of Jack's. We're also excited to welcome you into our Jack's only area of our website. The mission of this short video is to give you a brief overview of all the programming that we offer, and then specifically, we'll take a deeper dive into our Jack to Jack program. At Jack's, we believe men who are caring for a loved one with cancer are facing one of the biggest and most important challenges of their life. And we believe that each of you has the potential to bring your boldest and most confident self to that challenge. Our mission is to improve the way that men think, feel, and act in their role as a cancer caregiver. The way that we accomplish that is largely we bring you guys together. And so I'll talk for a minute about some of that, what that programming looks like, and starting with our men-only events. In the Twin Cities, we're having at least one of these a month these days, and we do some fun stuff, guys. I'm talking about axe throwing, fishing. We just did whirly ball. We're doing indoor skydiving this month. Month to month, it can really be just about anything. But I promise you, it's always fun. If there's one thing I know that caregivers don't do enough of, is have fun, and so we make that a big focus here. And then we also offer monthly, at least one a month, caregiver clatches, and these are different in that they are co-ed, and so we also welcome women who are caring for a loved one with cancer to those events, and those, I will tell you, are probably the closest thing we offer to a support group. And the focus is really on learning at the clatches. And so look for those on our events calendar as well. Another co-ed event that we've just launched is called Help, I'm a Caregiver. And so that's Caregiving 101, right? This is just basic information. We're not going to go deep on any particular subject, but we really just want to expose you to all the things that are out there. Just make you aware of them so that you'll have that in your list. And then I also want to mention that we have a great blog that we publish stories at least once, sometimes twice a month. We have a podcast that we publish episodes monthly. And then we also have a secret Facebook group that you can find if you reach out to us. We can get you added in there. That's a great place to connect with other guys and just do more impromptu type stuff. Get together to go shoot pool, just go hang out, and then also just share when you've had a really big challenge you need someone's help with. There's a lot of really smart and helpful people in there that would love to weigh in and help you with your challenge. And I encourage people to celebrate there. You get great news, share it with the group. People love hearing the great news as well. And so now what I'm going to do is talk a little bit just high level about the Jack to Jack, and then at the end I'm going to walk through just some of the highlights of the program agreement that you've probably already seen, but if you haven't, we need you to take a look at. And so first of all, the mission of the Jack to Jack program is simple. It's to connect you with a guy that's been in your shoes, and you guys might laugh together, or you might cry together, or you might just grab a beer and a coffee, and just shoot the shit. So it's real simple, right? We're not making big grand promises for long-term relationships to come out of this, but it might. We don't know what's going to happen. A lot of other organizations call these peer-to-peer, and that's basically what it is, but our approach is a little bit different. We aren't going to play the matchmaker. We think that you guys are the best equipped to do that. So we've created a space for you to share information about each other, and then we're counting on you to connect with each other and go just help each other out. And so the program agreement, I'll just introduce you to that. It talks about really there's two roles, and one is the coach, the Jack to Jack coach, right? So he's got the experience. He's been there. He's done that. And then we have the new recruit caregiver. In the agreement, we call those the NRCs, so the new recruits. So those two roles are really the two that we've created. And you know, so I'll first talk about the coach and what some things that obviously he needs to have. Obviously, it's the experience, um, and you define that yourself in the intake form. However you define it is how it will be listed on our page, and then we need a couple other things from you, and one of them is that you've been to at least 2 of our events. So we want you to connect with our community and get a sense for our mission and how we go about uh, making it a reality. And so we really feel like you need to actually have attended some events to be able to communicate that. And then the second thing is we want you to commit to when an NRC, a new recruit caregiver, reaches out to you, that within 48 hours you'll respond. So that doesn't mean that you're going to meet with him in 48 hours. Um, sometimes it could take weeks for the calendars to line up, but at least respond. So whatever method of contact you've put there as your preferred, please don't let that new recruit hang for longer than 48 hours, because we've all been there. And one of the most powerful things is that quick, like, hey, I'm here, I heard you, and we're gonna work on getting together. And you guys get to decide what that looks like. You may decide just to talk on the phone. You might do Skype. I encourage face-to-face meetings, but I know that sometimes that is just a little bit too much to ask. So now I'll just hit a couple of the highlights. I'm not, the form, the agreement that we ask you guys to sign is 2.5 pages. It's very simple, and most of it is the legalese stuff that we have to do. But some of it I just want to point out. And so, I think I'll first just walk you through the process, the way it looks like from an NRC's perspective. And so when you log into this site, guys, you'll see the profiles of the Jack to Jack coaches. And so we're looking to you, the NRC, the new recruit, to just find a guy in that database that looks like a good fit for you. You may decide that it's his zip code that matters the most to you. You may decide that, it's in his picture, he's got a lot of Vikings gear on, and so it looks like he's a Vikings fan, and that's more important to you. You might decide it's the experience of caregiving that he has, or the type of loved one that he's taking care of, or the type of cancer that loved one has had. You get to decide, but then we ask you again, the new recruit, to reach out to that guy that you've selected, or those guys, and do a brief introduction. And then, like I said earlier, we expect that coach to follow up with you within 48 hours. And then agree on when and where to meet. There's no agenda, just get to know each other. Enjoy a coffee, a beer, lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever it is you guys decide, and do that with a guy that gets it. He's been in your shoes. So like I said, we make no guarantee that these connections are going to be magical or incredible, but I can tell you from experience that just having that shared experience, I've seen many times total strangers that it does, in fact, it accomplishes our mission. It will help you improve the way that you think, the way you feel, and the way you act in your role as a cancer caregiver. There's a couple other points just to make. Obviously, confidentiality, right? What happens at a Jack to Jack stays at a Jack to Jack. There's some stuff that's talked about that perhaps these guys have never told anyone. And that's awesome, but it also comes with an awesome amount of responsibility. So please do not share anything that you learn with anyone until you have that relationship and that understanding. But confidentiality is everything. When I talking to the coaches, it's your responsibility to manage your NRCs. And by that, I mean, we don't know if you're going to get contacted by one a month, six a day, or 1 in 5 years. We really have no way of knowing that. But if you feel like you have reached your capacity and you're unable to serve any more men, then please let us know, and then we can change your status on the website or take you off. But also, you could just respond to that NRC still within 48 hours and say, "Look, I'm sorry. I've reached my capacity, and I'm unable to serve you at this time." But don't let them just wait. And then I'll mention, medical healthcare stuff. Just let's not do that, right? Like, let's not send them somewhere to get service from a specific place or recommend any particular techniques or medicines or service providers. We really want to just stick to the mission, which is, again, especially with Jack to Jack, just connecting with a guy that gets it. In fact, I'd say I encourage a lot of times not talking about cancer at all, because that's all we seem to talk about, especially when you're really in it. And so it's just really fun to talk about something else and with somebody that really understands. All right, let's see. Conflict of interest, just avoid promoting services and things. If you do that, and anyone in our group gets a sense that you might have some sort of agenda about selling something or promoting something, and it's not relevant to our mission, we want to know about it. We want to know if that's going on with the Jack to Jack, because we want to stop it. And so we ask each and every one of you to keep a lookout for that. And really, that's it. So there's more in the agreement, but I just wanted to call out those high-level things and encourage you to reach out to myself or anyone on our team at any time if you have any concerns at all. And then lastly, I'll just say this. Please also reach out if you see an opportunity for us to make this better. We want to keep it simple, but we also want to make sure that it's worth everyone's while, that the coaches are having a lot of fun helping the new recruits move the needle, and that the new recruits are, in fact, getting that support and that coaching that they need. And with that, I just want to thank each and every one of you for joining us on our mission, and I'm excited to see you soon.